I told you I'm gonna get it done every week. It's always good to like put your back up against the wall for the simple fact now I'm like, oh, I gotta get this done. So I'm looking forward to doing it. I'm not just saying that because I'm like, I don't know if I want to do it. I am excited about question and answer every week. So just keep asking me questions and I'll keep answering them. The first thing is more of a comment than it is a question. You can see that I'm a little bit congested. It has to be allergy. So if I sound a little bit stuffy, it's just because of that. First thing was more of a comment than it was a... The reason it looks like I'm crying is because my allergies have me all stuffed up. I have just drainage down the back and I'm like, gagging. It's ridiculous. So I apologize if I look ridiculous throughout this entire question and answer. So the first question and answer is more of a comment, but it made me laugh. I literally had to read it a couple times because it was that comical. Okay, so you snared a nice little bunny, hopefully by the throat, and it died. Is that the worst death than being scooped up by a hawk, dropped, picked up again, taken to a tree, eaten alive? How about a bobcat tearing out your throat? Is that better than being snared? Most wild animals don't die of old age, folks. Trapping is probably more humane than the death they already faced. Now I know some people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, but the reality is that animals have a very hard life. If you want to face that fact or not, they have a hard life. If you think about the winter time, a lot of animals die. They either starve or freeze to death during the winter time. So they're faced with that, and they're faced with a lot of predators. So think about deer in general. I mean, they have fawns and coyotes will come and kill them. So I mean, things like this just happen. It's just out of sight, out of mind for the majority of people. So when we talk about something that we're doing to gather a meat source, or we talk about trapping, up in arms, because we actually are seeing and hearing it. So I'm on page with you, buddy. It's way, way more humane. My wife's idea of roughing it is no shower cap at the Holiday Inn. Pray for me. Willie B. Oh, so let's pray to the bush gods that this man's wife finds love for the outdoors. And if not, give this man the strength to bush drink a lot. If you're a coffee drinker, yes, I am a coffee drinker. Not if, it is yes. I actually wake up every morning. Let's start even before that. While I'm getting ready to go to bed, I'm thinking about how excited I am for my morning cup of coffee. So let's just start there. Definitely a coffee drinker. What kind of coffee do you prefer when out in the bush? Cowboy, percolator, fresh press, or instant? Black, cream and sugar, or honey? Okay, so when I'm out in the bush, I'll drink any kind of coffee I get my hands on. If I can specifically make something, I like cowboy coffee. I like the whole process of it. I have started using an AeroPress. I'm gonna do a video on it. So that's a little bit more yuppie, like hipster kind of way to make coffee out here. But it definitely makes a better cup of coffee. Every morning at home, I make a pour over. So if you know what a pour over is, it's like a glass vase looking thing that you actually drizzle the water over the top. Everything is weighed and scaled and timed. I love it. Now I like an Ethiopian coffee if it has a heavier fruit taste to it, but normally I just drink a basic Honduras blend. So that is my most favorite. It just has that earthy, like traditional coffee feel for me. And then the last part of that is I normally don't add anything to my coffee. I used to take cream with a little bit of Splenda, and then I started to drink it black when I got into buying more like small batch, locally roasted coffee. I thought I need to just drink this plain, and now I'm into it. So just black coffee. The only time I'll add a little bit of cream in my coffee is if I get a good fruity Ethiopian blend, I'll add a little bit of cream. Like I had a good coffee from Ethiopia that had a heavy blueberry taste to it. I'd add a little bit of cream. Oh, it was to die for. Who would think literally there's that much about coffee? It is great. When you get into it, you love it. Whatever happened to the Cooking with Coalcracker episodes? The summer happened. It is so hot. Sitting by a campfire and doing that, it's just not enjoyable. So normally, even at camp, I just eat like packaged food like tuna or like canned chicken or something during the day, and then in the evenings we'll cook our steaks or whatever we're gonna cook, but it's already dark and it's just not good lighting for video, so we haven't done much with that. But now as the weather gets cooler, we'll get back to the Cooking with Coalcracker series and hammer that out. And that also leads me into
just doing series of videos. I know I'll get on topics a little bit, but I don't do a specific series that I hammer everybody every single day with the same thing. I like to keep it a little bit fresh, and it keeps me fresh just being able to change stuff in and out as I go. So although I might get on one topic, I don't just stay on that. So it's not like I'm gonna do cooking every single day or blacksmithing every single day. Sort of just roll with the flow, and that's how I like it. Do you snare in late winter season? I just got my certification from Pennsylvania. Hi, from McKean County. What's up, McKean County? So I do use cable restraints, and I know you wrote that later on in that message. So in Pennsylvania, they're called cable restraints. There's a lot of specifics that need to go into the actual device itself to snare or restrain the animal. So I do that. I think that Pennsylvania, now I don't know a lot about other states, but Pennsylvania's Game Commission has really put in place a very strategically outlined system for trapping, in a sense that the seasons and when things open are dead on. So when I look at that, I think, you know, when trapping opens up, you know, you can get after those raccoons early season, and then you can get into the fox and the coyote once the weather starts to get colder, and then once the ground starts to freeze up, you have the option to go over to cable restraint, which is much better than trying to deal with footholds here in Pennsylvania when there's a lot of snow and ice on the ground. And then of course, once you get sick of doing that and it is that cold, the animals are really starting to slow down from moving, beaver trapping. So man, they just have it set up perfect here. So I love it. Good job, Pennsylvania Game Commission. I'm also a hunter-trapper educator here in the state of Pennsylvania. I just help out some teams. They're basically like different teams that do things. So I help them out when I have time. So if you're in like the Schuylkill County, Berks County area, and you go to a class, there's a good probability I might be there helping out. What's the best way to learn how to skin a rabbit? Is it possible you do a video on teaching this skill? I can do a video on that. This trapping season we'll do some videos on actually skinning out game, because even if you're against trapping and you're out here in a situation and you find a carcass in the winter, or even if it was a summer for that matter and it's not too far gone, you're gonna need to know how to process that. So we will definitely go over that, but I could tell you the rundown quick on a rabbit: you just cut the back skin, stick your fingers in, you can pull it apart like that. Literally, the skin just peels right off of it. Quick and easy, but we'll go over that this winter. Oilskin tarp or silnai, and why? Okay, so I could tell you right off the bat, I'm an oilskin guy. I like, or not, I don't even have to say oilskin. Cotton canvas, like heavy tarps like that, I like for the tradition of them, and I like just the overall durability of them. Specifically when you have them next to a fire in the winter, you don't have to worry too much about them. Like not taking too much heat, who cares if embers hit them? They just seem to hold up much more for what I like to do, and I love the look of them. So I like that traditional sense. But this past summer, I've used silnai pretty much exclusively, just for the simple fact a lot of people come to my classes and a lot of people ask me questions about silnai tarp, so I want to have experience using them and be able to talk a lot about them. So what I like about silnai is just how lightweight they are, how packable they are. I mean, they're just easy. It's just like, you don't ever feel like even when you're setting it up, it's super lightweight, it's just easy, and it's great. So I think that there's a time and a place. For me, I think from this point forward, summertime is gonna be more silnai stuff. And in the winter, when I can do all my traditional bushcraft, is going to be that heavier cotton canvas. Now, if I was going on a summertime trip and I wasn't going to be hammock camping, I was going to be on the ground and I was going into parts unknown type situation, then I might be going on a canoe trip or something like that, and I'm not hammock camping, by all means the oilskin's going to go, because I have a lot of faith in that no matter what I throw at it, it's going to hold up. So oilcloth or like canvas, you know, is my go-to. Silnai, very close second though. I don't think they're bad tarps at all. What's your favorite flavor window? I don't know, let's go find out. So now that my tongue is just full of absolute flavor, we'll move on to the next question. Thanks, guys. Oh, I'm a window licker. That hurt my feelings. At this point, you would really need to do something crazy in the comment section to hurt my feelings, okay? And if you leave a crazy comment, you probably, number one, don't ever watch any more of my videos. But if you do, and you get fired up because I leave a comment back, which I don't always go around and do, I'm just doing it because it amuses me. So when people are off the deep end, I'm like, let's make them more off the deep end type, all right? It's just, these people are crazy. Are we ever gonna see Bush Drunk Dan again? Oh yeah, you'll see him again for sure. If you're going to, just this is a quick update, if you're going out to the Ootvine gathering this coming weekend, he won't be out there. Maybe he'll be out there, you just never know what's gonna happen. But he'll definitely be on more episodes. I think everybody liked it. I know he liked doing it. Can you pick up the anvil with one arm that was in the last episode? See, that anvil is bolted onto like wood to keep it more steady, but I don't see why I can't pick that up. So see, this is like all bolted on and shit. You can't get that off because the way I have it set up. So when I get an anvil that's not bolted on that, I mean, I guess I could stand on something. How else would I do that? It's just not gonna work, but it's very easy to lift. I mean, I think my kid can probably do that. And I'm gonna say that probably wraps up this week's question and answer. Just short, sweet, simple, to the point. We had a little bit of fun. A couple updates though. Again, this coming weekend near State College is the PA Bushcraft gathering, so the Ootvine gathering. Hopefully if you're out there, you stop by and say hi. Maybe I'll have some free giveaway stuff. We actually definitely have some free giveaway stuff if you're gonna be at that event, so stop by the booth. Check us out and see what's up. You can even just hang out. We're gonna be there the whole time. Other than that, if you haven't already, just head over to our website, click on some of those classes, sign up. The new schedule will probably be coming out late October. So that'll be all 2019 classes. I hope you guys get to come out to that. And other than that, stay in the woods.